Hello guys and welcome back. We are finally back, and today we'll be live streaming the match between Nick Kyrgios and Pablo Carreno Busta. Today is a big day. Today is a big day because we'll be live streaming two quarterfinals. First, Nick Kyrgios against Pablo Carreno Busta, and that after this match, of course, it will be another big one. It will be the match between FAA Felix Auger-Aliassime and Hubert Hurkacz. So that should be even better match maybe than Kyrgios against Carreno Busta. But again, today is quarterfinals day from Halle. Some pretty darn good matches. We already had we already have two quarterfinals from Halle done and dusted. So we did have Oscar Otte beating Karen Khachanov in 3 sets, and Daniil Medvedev just a few minutes ago he was able to win over Roberto Bautista Agut 2-0. So the world number one Daniil Medvedev moving to the Halle semi-finals, and yeah, Oscar Otte, the German sensation, the German player who is playing very well on grass. He is also the semi-finalist here in Halle, and he will be playing tomorrow against Daniil Medvedev. But we still have to figure out the other two semi-finalists. So it will be either Nick Kyrgios or Pablo Carreno Busta, and either Felix Auger-Aliassime or Hubert Hurkacz. Again, guys, if you have your score predictions, drop them in the chat. As always, tell me who are you rooting for today. It should be a hell of a match between Nick Kyrgios and Pablo Carreno Busta. Both of the players on court. They are getting ready right now. It is a coin toss, so they will have again a warm-up, and then we will be ready to go. So a photo with both of the players to start this, and yeah, this is the third quarterfinal. We will be streaming also the fourth one between Felix Auger-Aliassime and Hubert Hurkacz. So lots of tennis today, lots of tennis from Halle. So hopefully, guys, you'll enjoy the coverage as well. Okay, so the photo is done and dusted. Right now, the warm-ups, and then we should be ready to go. So let's just very quickly look at the path to the quarterfinals for both of the players. When we look at Nick Kyrgios, he did have some pretty decent wins this week. He was able to beat Daniel Altmaier in the first round, and of course in the second round he was able to defeat Stefanos Tsitsipas in 3 sets. So that was pretty good win over Stefanos Tsitsipas for Nick Kyrgios, and for his opponent Pablo Carreno Busta. Carreno Busta defeating Holger Rune, the Danish sensation, in the first round, and then Carreno Busta coming through in 3 sets against the American Sebi Korda. So yeah, let's see what happens today. What do you think, guys? I'm probably choosing yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going with Pablo Carreno Busta. I know that Nick Kyrgios, according to some predictions, to some I don't know, odds in the just in the sports tipping agencies, I guess Nick Kyrgios should be a favorite, but I'm backing today Pablo Carreno Busta. I think Nick Kyrgios, he can sometimes just erupt with his emotions. We have seen it also with Nick Kyrgios. He was able to come through that one, but again, we should see what happens. Nick Kyrgios, if he's playing at his best, if he's concentrating, if he's cold-headed, he can beat anybody, especially on grass, which seems to suit his game very, very well. But I think PCB is a very dangerous player as well. So let's see what Pablo Carreno Busta can do against Nick Kyrgios today. Yeah, six career titles for PCB so far. This year, 18 wins, 12 losses. That's, pretty good stat. Not the best, but not the worst as well. And as I have said earlier, Pablo Carreno Busta defeating Holger Rune in the first round 6-3, 7-6, and defeating Sebi Korda in 3 sets. He did have a bagel in the second set, but he won the other 2, so he was able to come through that one and defeat Sebi Korda. Again, guys, if you have your score predictions, leave them in the chat as always, as we are getting ready to kick off this huge quarterfinal from Halle. I think it should be fun between these two players. There has been some controversy between these two in the past, so let's see what happens today. Nick Kyrgios, 27-year-old, of course, from Australia. He's almost 2 meters high, 1 meter 93 centimeters. And yeah, he plays right-handed, two-handed backhand, as we all know. Current rank number 65. He's going up and up. In February, he was 122 in the world. Right now, he's number 65. So that's a pretty good, pretty good rise up the rankings for Nick Kyrgios. And it is an interesting fact that he has won in his career so far 6 titles, which is exactly the same number as PCB, his today's opponent Pablo Carreno Busta. So that's just pretty interesting. I find that pretty interesting. Again, guys, if you have your score predictions, leave them in the chat. As always, both of the players just finishing the warm-up. And in, I don't know, maybe in 2 hours or so, we'll know the name of the third semi-finalist this year at Halle. Pablo Carreno Busta taking some more serves to finish the warm-up. Nick Kyrgios has already finished his warm-up. And they have played 2 times before together. Nick Kyrgios with 2 wins. So Pablo Carreno Busta still has not managed to defeat Nick Kyrgios in his career. So let's see if that happens today. Who knows? But yeah. Let's see. 2 wins for Nick Kyrgios so far. 0 wins for PCB in their head-to-head. Let's see what happens today. But both of the players are getting ready to kick off this one. To kick off this one. Nick Kyrgios getting some new grip, it seems like. That's what he loves to do, just getting a new grip every now and then. So that's why he finished his warm-up a little bit earlier, just to get a new grip. Interesting strategy from the Australian. Again, guys, I'm probably backing PCB in this one, but I think it will be very tight. I'm expecting 3 sets. Especially with Nick Kyrgios being as, unpredictable as he is. Okay, so we are kicking off this one. Pablo Carreno Busta on serve to start this quarterfinal number 3 from Halle. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta goes in. Nick Kyrgios returning. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Busta, backhand from Kyrgios, backhand from Pablo, and that's a winner. 15 love. 15 love for PCB on his own serve. 15 love for the Spaniard. Just today, guys, Rafael Nadal had a press conference and he said he will, or he wants to play Wimbledon, and probably he will, because he has been feeling better. In the past couple of days, in the past week, he has not been limping, so that's good news, I think, for every tennis fan. Rafael Nadal should be playing Wimbledon, so definitely will be watching out for him. What a forehand winner from PCB. 30 love, just like that. 30 love, great forehand winner from Pablo Carreno Busta. That's how you want to kick off the match, on your own serve. That's how you want to do it. 30 love for the Spaniard. Again, Pablo Carreno Busta on serve. First serve from PCB goes in. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Slice backhand from Carreno Busta. Slice backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Hits the net. Hits the net. 40 love for PCB. 40 love for the Spaniard. So it is a pretty comfortable first serve for the Spaniard, or first service game, I should say. So far so good for PCB. Again, first serve from Carreno Busta goes wide. It will be second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve from Spaniard. goes in. Backhand from Kyrgios goes wide. Okay, so that's the first game done and dusted. PCB up 1 game to love. He holds his serve. Both of the players just exchanging the sides. Just exchanging the sides. And yeah. Pablo Carreno Busta with an early lead. He has held his serve. Right now it will be Nick Kyrgios on serve. The wild card from Halle. Nick Kyrgios receiving the wild card this week. So Kyrgios serving. Let's see if he will be hitting those first serves in. That will be pretty important. Nick Kyrgios waiting for his opponent. Yeah, and it seems like we are ready to go. Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve goes in. That's an ace. That's an ace. Sweet way to start your first service game as well from Kyrgios. That's an ace. 15 love for the Australian. For the Aussie. Again, first serve from Kyrgios goes in. Pablo Carreno Busta returning. Forehand from Kyrgios. That's a forehand winner. 30 love, just like that. 30 love for the Australian. Sweetly struck from Nick Kyrgios. Really sweetly struck. Again, for first serve from Kyrgios goes wide. It will be second serve from the Australian. Second serve from Kyrgios goes in. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Carreno Busta hits the net. 40 love for Nick. 40 love for the Aussie. Again, guys, if you have any score predictions, leave them in the chat. What do you reckon? Who is winning this one? Tell me in the chat, as always. First serve from Kyrgios. In the meantime, goes wide. It will be second serve from the Australian. He's trying to make it 1 game all in this first set. Second serve goes in. A return from Carreno Busta, but that's a forehand winner down the line from Nick Kyrgios. 1 game all. We are all square to kick off the set number 1 in this third quarterfinal, I should say, from Halle. So, 1 game all. Pablo Carreno Busta will be on serve next. Pablo Carreno Busta on serve. Pablo Carreno Busta serving. First serve hits the net. Will be second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve from the Spaniard goes in. Forehand from Nick Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. That's a winner. Oh my. Kyrgios is starting to settle into this one. What a forehand winner by Nick. Love 15. Great forehand. Very quick. Very precise. Not much PCB can do against that. Carreno Busta again serving. First serve goes in. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. And that's great forehand. This time from the Spaniard. Makes it 15 all. Great forehand. This time from PCB. This time from PCB. So we are at 15 all and 1 game all at the start of this first set. Pablo Carreno Busta serving again. First serve goes in. Backhand return from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Drop shot from Nick Kyrgios. Pablo Carreno Busta can get to it, but that's a forehand winner from Nick. What a play again. Nick Kyrgios going for a drop shot. Pablo Carreno Busta was able to get to it, but then again, easy shot from Nick Kyrgios. Just a forehand volley winner from the Aussie. He's up 30-15 on the serve of PCB. So maybe the first problems for Pablo Carreno Busta in this match. Maybe the first problems starting to emerge here. First serve from Carreno Busta. Kyrgios returns. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios down the line. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. That's a forehand winner. Again, I think Nick Kyrgios entering the exhibition mode right now. Already in the third game of this first set. What a shot. Backhand down the line. He went to the net. Again, jump forehand. That is Nick Kyrgios special, as we all know. 40-15 for Nick Kyrgios on Pablo Carreno Busta serve. So that brings up 2 break points at the beginning of the first set for the Australian. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta goes wide. It will be second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve from the Spaniard here. Second serve goes in. Forehand from Kyrgios. Hits the net. Not a good return. Not a good return from the Aussie. Cheap point for PCB. 30-40. Pablo Carreno Busta saves the first break point, but he has to save the other one as well. He has to serve the other break point as well. First serve from PCB. That's an ace? No. It went wide. I thought it was an ace, but apparently the ball went just wide. So second serve from PCB here. Second serve goes in. Backhand from Nick Kyrgios. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta goes wide. No, it goes in. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Hits the net. Well, he didn't convert even the second break point. So we are at 40 all. Deuce. And Nick Kyrgios is starting to get annoyed with something or somebody in the crowd. I'm not sure what is right now annoying Nick Kyrgios, but again, he's not concentrating 100% on the play. He's concentrating on something else, so that's not good. PCB serving. First serve from PCB goes in. Nick Kyrgios returns. Forehand from PCB. That's a winner. Advantage. Pablo Carreno Busta. It seems like he's getting himself out of the trouble. He was down 2 break points. He was down 15-40. But just like that, 3 points for PCB in a row. And he has an advantage. Opportunity to make it 2-1 to go up again at the early stages in the set number 1. First serve from PCB right on the line. Nick Kyrgios returns. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios goes wide. 2-1. PCB holds, and Nick Kyrgios again arguing, I don't know if with a chair empire or somebody in the crowd, but he is not happy. He's not happy, but that's not something unusual with Nick Kyrgios, I guess. So yeah. Pablo Carreno Busta, the number 6 seed in Halle, leading 2-1. We are still on serve in the set number 1. In this quarterfinal number 3 from Halle. Again, guys, we have a short break here between the games. So if you do have any questions, any thoughts on this match, any score predictions, leave them in the chat as always. If you are enjoying the show, please hit that like button. And yeah, you can hit that subscribe button as well. Currently, we are at 77 subscribers, so I do appreciate every single subscription as we are trying to reach 100 subscribers. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. So far, Pablo Carreno Busta leading 2-1, but he did have some problems in his last service game. He was down 2 break points. He was down 15-40, but Nick Kyrgios just getting annoyed with a crowd, with chair empire, I'm not completely sure, getting annoyed with somebody. And yeah, he didn't convert a single one of those 2 break points. PCB was able to win 4 points in a row and get that one, get a hold, and he is leading 2-1. Let's go, Nick. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How are you doing, man? How are you doing, Carlos? So we do have some Kyrgios supporters here, it seems like. Kyrgios, in the meantime, great first serve. He's up 15-love on his own service game again. First serve from Kyrgios goes wide. It will be second serve from Nick. Second serve from Nick goes in. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. That's a winner. That's a winner from Nick Kyrgios. 30 love. Hi Carlos, great man. How about yourself? Who I am cheering for? I said that I think PCB will win this one, but again, we should see what happens. I'm probably rooting for Pablo here. I have been a fan of his for quite some time, but yeah, I'm rooting for PCB probably. But I mean, if Nick will win this one, I wouldn't be sad either. So I'm fine with both of these winning. Whoever wins, I would be satisfied, you know. So Nick, in the meantime, what a quick hold this was. Lightning quick. Lightning quick hold, I think under a minute. What a hold for Nick Kyrgios, and we are at 2 games all at the beginning of the set number 1. We are at 2 games all, and this time it is PCB on serve. PCB serving. First serve goes in, backhand from Kyrgios, backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta, backhand from Nick, slice backhand from PCB, forehand from Nick, slice backhand from PCB, hits the net. Love 15. Love 15, Pablo Carreno Busta on serve. So Carlos, what do you think? Who will win this one? You are cheering for Nick, but what do you think? Who will win it? Do you think Nick will be able to get a win today? First serve from PCB. In the meantime, Nick returns. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Nick Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Forehand from Kyrgios. What a rally this is. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Slice backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Oh, forehand pass from the Australian. What a point. What a point. What a play by Nick Kyrgios. Love 30. And PCB again in some trouble on his own serve. What a point. And what a shot to end it. Forehand pass on the run from Nick Kyrgios. Not much Pablo Carreno Busta can do against this one. This is just too good from the Aussie. Love 30 again. PCB in some trouble on his own serve. Pablo Carreno Busta, first serve goes in, forehand from Kyrgios, slice backhand from PCB, backhand from Kyrgios, backhand from Pablo, backhand from Kyrgios, backhand from PCB, backhand from Kyrgios, slice backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta, hits the net. Oh my, this is deep trouble for Pablo Carreno Busta. He's down 3 break points. That's not what you like to see on your own serve. Love 40. But again, Nick Kyrgios, he did have 2 break points in the last service game of Pablo Carreno Busta. He was not able to convert a single one of those 2. So let's see if he does better this time. Great passing shot from Nick Kyrgios. This is just too good. Just like that. Lightning quick hold. Lightning quick break from Nick Kyrgios. And he is in control of this first set. What a play. These 2 games have been just absolute perfection from Nick Kyrgios. Oh my. He's leading 3 games to 2 up a break in the first set. Yeah, Nick Kyrgios just absolutely killing this one. Absolutely killing this one in the last 2 games. He has been sublime. Not much Carreno Busta can do against that. That is just too good. That is just too good. Again, guys, we have a short break between the games. So if you have any questions, any thoughts you want to share, leave them in the chat as always. Leave them in the chat as always. And tell me, who are you supporting? We do have some Nick Kyrgios supporters today. Carlos is supporting Nick Kyrgios. So yeah, guys, you can tell me who is supporting today. And what do you reckon, who will win this one? I thought before the match I have said I think PCB will win this one, but again, if Kyrgios will continue to play like he has been playing in the past 2 games, it will be very hard for PCB to get something here. It will be very hard for the Spaniard. But again, the question with Nick Kyrgios, the question always with Kyrgios is, can he keep his head cool? Can he, control his emotions? That is the big question. Even if he will be winning, like even if he will be up a set and a double break, that's always the question with Nick Kyrgios. Will he be able to control his emotions on court? And will he be able to concentrate on the game? That is the biggest issue with Nick that you basically have. Okay, Nick Kyrgios on serve. Serving. First serve goes in. Pablo Carreno Busta returns. Backhand from Kyrgios. That's a winner. Another winner from Nick. He's up 15-love on his own serve. Again, great play from Nick Kyrgios. He went to the net. It was a right approach. Backhand winner. And just like that, another ace. 30-love. Nick Kyrgios is steaming to lead 4-2 right now. Another serve from Kyrgios. Goes wide. Will be second serve from the Aussie. He's leading 30-love. Second serve from... Or was it ace? Actually, I think it was an ace. Yeah, okay, so that was the second ace in a row. So 40-love. 40-love. Again, Kyrgios serving. First serve goes wide. Second serve from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCP. Kyrgios going exhibition mode. Between the legs shot. Oh my. Oh my. What is going on here? Kyrgios again in an exhibition mode. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous when Nick Kyrgios is playing just like that. Between the legs shot and PCB was unable to get a ball back into the play. Yeah, this is typical Nick Kyrgios. Absolutely typical Nick Kyrgios. He's leading 4-2. PCB on serve. This is a must hold from PCB here. If he wants to stay in this set, he just has to hold here. No pressure, but he just has to hold here. Okay, backhand from PCB, backhand from Nick. Forehand from PCB, forehand from Nick. Going for a drop shot, backhand from PCB. Goes in. I think it goes in. So, yeah, it goes in. So 15-love for the Spaniard. 15-love for PCB on his own serve. Again, guys, if you have any questions, if you have your score predictions, leave them in the chat as always. PCB serving. He's up 15-love. First serve goes in. Nick Kyrgios returns. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Goes wide. 15-all. 15-all. That backhand approach from Pablo Carreno Busta went just wide. So we are at 15-all. 15-all. Pablo Carreno Busta still on serve. First serve goes in. Nick Kyrgios returns with a backhand. Great forehand from PCB. A forehand winner. Sweetly struck. 30-15 for the Spaniard. 30-15 for the Spanish player. And Nick Kyrgios just applauding his opponent. That's nice to see. Nick Kyrgios is applauding with his racket. Forehand from Nick Kyrgios. And a backhand volley from PCB. Another winner for Pablo Carreno Busta. He's up 40-15 again. This is just a must hold from PCB. But it's looking pretty good this game. Again, Nick Kyrgios has won the last 3 games. So Pablo Carreno Busta just needs to hold here. He's up 40-15. He would love to win this next point to get out of this game. First serve goes in. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand volley from PCB. What a play this time from Pablo Carreno Busta. He wins this game. 4-3. Still for Kyrgios. He's up a break in this opening set. But Pablo Carreno Busta getting that hold. He's still in this first set. But he needs to break. He needs to break either in this next service game or of Nick Kyrgios or in the next one. But he just needs a break in the first serve in the next couple of games. So guys, again, we have a short pause. Both of the players getting some deserved rest. So if you do have any questions on this match, or if you do have score predictions or some, questions, some thoughts, leave them in the chat as always. And yeah, What do you reckon? Who's winning this one? I have said before the match started that I'm backing probably PCB, Pablo Carreno Busta, but I'm not quite sure about my prediction right now because Kyrgios has been playing very well so far. He really has been playing very well. But let's see what happens next. And again, guys, we'll be streaming also the other quarterfinals will be played after this one. So it will be between FAA, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Hubert Hurkacz. So that should be really interesting quarterfinal right after this one. So we'll be streaming also that one. So you can just write in the chat also your score predictions if you have for that one, guys. Who do you think will win? Felix Auger-Aliassime or Hubert Hurkacz? And Nick Kyrgios is getting ready to serve yet again, trying to make it 5 games to 3. So Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve goes in. Backhand from PCB, forehand from Kyrgios, forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta, forehand from Nick, forehand from PCB, again forehand from Nick, backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta, backhand from Kyrgios, backhand from PCB, backhand from Nick, backhand from PCB, forehand from Kyrgios, slice forehand from PCB, forehand from Kyrgios goes in. I think that's a forehand, great forehand winner from Nick Kyrgios. It is a close call. Oh, okay, no. It didn't went in, but it was very, very tight. Very small margin, but okay. It is love 15. Nick Kyrgios on serve. First serve from Nick goes in. Forehand from PCB goes wide. 15 all. 15 all. And Nick Kyrgios serving again. First serve from Kyrgios, that's an ace. Sweet ace from the Aussie. He's up 30-15 on his own serve. 30-15 for Nick. Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve. Yeah, I think that's another ace. Yeah, another ace in a row. 40-15. 40-15, that brings up 2 game points for Nick. First serve goes wide. Will be second serve from the Australian. Second serve from Nick. Goes in. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Nick goes wide. 40-30. 40-30, but still a chance for Nick Kyrgios to make it 5 games to 3 without going to deuce. So let's see what happens next. Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve goes in. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick Kyrgios. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. That's a forehand winner. That's great forehand from the Spaniard. 40 all. Deuce. So maybe this game is getting interesting as well. Nick Kyrgios was up 40-15, but just like that, 2 very well constructed points from the Spaniard, and PCB makes it deuce. 40 all. Kyrgios may be in some trouble here. He would love to hit some first serves right now to get himself out of the trouble. Let's see if he will be able to do it. First serve from Nick Kyrgios. Yeah, goes in. But forehand return from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Forehand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Hits the net. Advantage Nick Kyrgios. Advantage for the Aussie. Advantage for Kyrgios. If he wins this game, he will be just 1 game away from winning this opening set. That's a pretty good motivation, I think. First serve from Kyrgios hits the net. It will be second serve from Nick this time. Let's see. Second serve goes in. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Kyrgios going to the net. But it was not a good approach. He has hit the net off from the volley. From backhand volley. So we are back at deuce. Back at 40 all. Nick Kyrgios clearly frustrated with himself that he didn't make his volley. But yeah, it was a good shot from PCB. He knew that Nick Kyrgios is going to the net, so he just struck the ball with the most power he possibly could, and then it was pretty hard situation for Nick, you know. But forehand from Kyrgios, backhand from PCB hits the net. Another advantage. Another opportunity for Nick to get out of this game and to make it 5-3. Another opportunity for the Aussie here. Again, guys, if you have any questions, any thoughts on this match, make sure to leave them in the chat, as always. Any score predictions? That's a first serve from Nick Kyrgios. That's an ace. Just like that. 5-3. 1 game away. Nick Kyrgios from winning the opening set in this quarterfinal encounter against Pablo Carreno Busta. Again, these two players, guys, they have played against each other before today 2 times. Both of these 2 times, the winner was Nick Kyrgios. So in their head-to-head statistics, Nick Kyrgios is leading 2-0. Let's see what happens today. PCB would love to make it, or would love to get his first win against Nick Kyrgios, but let's see what happens next. First serve from PCB. Goes wide. It will be second serve from the Spaniard. Again, this is a must hold, as we all know, for Pablo Carreno Busta. And in the next game, it will be a must break from the Spaniard. So not an easy situation to be in. But again, as I have said earlier, you never know what happens with Nick. You never know what happens with Nick Kyrgios. So if he doesn't lose his mind, or if he doesn't, you know, come with a lot of negative emotions on court, and he just doesn't concentrate on his own game. So with Nick, you just never know. You just never know what happens next. He's very, very, you know, just unpredictable player. Unpredictable character, I guess. Okay, 15 all. PCB on serve. 15 all. Again, this is just a must hold. In terms of winners, it is 17 winners for Nick Kyrgios so far. Only 5 winners for Pablo Carreno Busta. That's just a huge difference. PCB, I think, hitting the ball again wide. 15-30. Some problems starting to emerge for the Spaniard. 15-30 on his own serve. And again, this is just a must-hold serve. Must hold here. First serve from PCB goes in. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios to the net. Hits the net. 30 all. 30 all. So, PCB still on serve. It is 30 all. This next point will be absolutely huge for both players. Of course, if PCB wins it, he will have a game point. If Nick will be able to win it, he will have a break point. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta goes in. Nick Kyrgios hitting the net. So, 40-30 for PCB. 40-30 for the Spaniard here. PCB again serving. First serve from Pablo goes in. Kyrgios returns. Forehand from Pablo. Backhand from Nick Kyrgios. What a backhand. What a backhand it is. Pablo Carreno Busta unable to return this one. Right on the line from Nick Kyrgios. And yeah, that was just too good. That was just too good from the Aussie. So, PCB serving it is deuce. First serve goes in. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Okay. So it will be second serve from Pablo Carreno Busta. It was called wide. So second serve from PCB. Second serve from PCB hits the net. Okay, so it was a repeated first serve. Apparently, I just completely messed this out. But again, when you don't have the sound from the match, you don't know what the umpire is saying, if it is a lead or if it is the second serve or what it is. Okay, Kyrgios hitting the net. So advantage Pablo Carreno Busta. Advantage for the Spaniard. Advantage for the Spaniard here. First serve from PCB goes wide. So it will be second serve from Pablo Carreno Busta. Second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve goes in. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Right on the line. 5-4. PCB gets the hold, but Nick Kyrgios still up a break in this opening set. Nick Kyrgios still up a break, and he will be serving for the set. In the next game, it is just a must break for PCB. Must break for the Spaniards, basically. Again, guys, we have a short pause between the games, so if you do have any questions, if you do have score predictions, if you want to tell me who are you rooting for today, you can do so in the chat. And if you are enjoying the show, guys, as always, please hit that subscribe button. Currently, we are at 77 subscribers, as you can see, right here. So, again, guys, I appreciate every single subscription. So, Nick Kyrgios will be serving in just a minute, trying to win this opening set. PCB must break in the next game, but if Kyrgios will continue to serve like he has been for pretty much the majority of this opening set, it will be very hard for the Spaniard to get anything out of this Nick Kyrgios service game. I do believe PCB didn't have a single break point today so far. I don't think he did. Nick Kyrgios definitely did have a couple of break points. He did convert only one of them, but that seems to be enough for now. Again, he will be serving for the opening set in the next game. So yeah, let's see what happens next. Nick Kyrgios ready to serve. Let's see who wins this opening set. Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve, that's an ace. Yeah, that's the way you want to begin the game when you are serving for the set. 219 kilometers, ace right on the line. No chance for Pablo Carreno Busta to get back that one. Actually, unreturned first serve for Nick Kyrgios, 48%. That's an amazing number. Almost half of the points Nick Kyrgios has been serving, Pablo Carreno Busta was unable to return. That's pretty darn good. Again, a winner from Nick Kyrgios. Pablo Carreno Busta unable to get back that one. We have reached 78 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the subscription. Really appreciate the subscription. Forehand from Nick Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Hits the net. And that's done and dusted. That is pretty much done and dusted. Nick Kyrgios wins the opening set. 6-4. Well, that has been a hell of a first set from Nick Kyrgios. Just one break from him, but it was enough to get him through this first set. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the Aussie, but again, I have been saying this for a number of times already. In this opening set with Nick Kyrgios, you just never know. He can be up a set and a double break, but you never know what's going to happen if he would just want, erupt with his emotions, if he just won't lose his concentration. You just never know what happens with Nick Kyrgios, but this first set has been absolutely phenomenal. 21 winners for Nick Kyrgios, only 3 unforced errors. It doesn't get any better than this, pretty much. It doesn't get any better than this. 6 winners for PCB, 4 unforced errors. That is a lot worse. That is a lot worse from the Spaniard. So, I mean, you just compare the numbers. 21 winners for Nick, 6 winners for PCB, 3 unforced errors for Nick Kyrgios, and 4 unforced errors for Pablo Carreno Busta. And you get the overview of how the first set was going, you know. Just the complete domination from Nick Kyrgios. Again, first serve points won, 89% for Nick. That is just very good. Very good number from the Australian. I mean, just complete dominance from Nick Kyrgios in this opening set. So let's see what happens in the second one. But if Nick Kyrgios will continue to serve like he has been in this opening set, it will be very, very tough for PCB to get pretty much anything going in this match. So again, guys, we have a short pause here between the sets. So if you do have any questions, any thoughts on this match, leave them in the chat as always. And yeah, guys, if you do have your score predictions, leave them in the chat as well, as we are waiting for both of the players to get rolling in the set number 2. Yeah, both of the players are getting ready. PCB on serve to start the set number 2. Let's see, he needs to hold here. This opening game of the set number 2 is very, very important, especially for PCB. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta goes in. And a great return from Nick Kyrgios. Again, what a return that was. Love 15. Nick Kyrgios starting to, you know, punch right from the beginning of the second set. PCB again serving. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta. Goes wide. It will be second serve from PCB. Second serve from PCB goes in. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. That's a forehand winner. It was off the net. So a little bit of a luck on the side of the Spaniard, but eventually the ball going into play. 15-all. We are at 15-all. PCB again has to hold here, you feel like. Really has to hold here. First serve from PCB goes in. Slice forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Passing shot from Nick Kyrgios. Forehand from Nick Kyrgios. And that's a winner. Again, well-constructed point from the Australian. 15-30. Pablo Carreno Busta getting into trouble again on his own serve. But it's not like PCB is playing terribly. It's just Nick Kyrgios is out of this world so far in this match. He really is playing absolutely incredible. Incredible tennis from the Aussie so far. First serve from PCB hits the net. It will be second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve from the Spaniard goes in. Forehand from Nick Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. And that's a forehand winner. This time from the Spaniard. 30-all. Both of the players exchanging some rockets of their rackets. And it is 30-all. PCB this time establishing dominance on his own serve. Great forehand winner from the Spanish player. PCB serving again, but the first serves have not been going in for PCB in this opening service game for him of the set number 2. This time the first serve goes in. Nick Kyrgios returns and Pablo Carreno Busta hitting the net. He has hit the net just like that. Break point. Break point for Nick Kyrgios right at the beginning of the set number 2. Will he be able to break here? Again, I was saying this is a must-hold pretty much for Pablo Carreno Busta. But it's not going well so far. First serve from PCB goes in, but this was a great first serve. Nick Kyrgios returning the ball just wide. So yeah, it is 40-all. We are at deuce. Great first serve from PCB. Saves him the break point. Deuce. PCB still on serve. So Pablo Carreno Busta serving. First serve goes in. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. That is just too good. I mean, that is just too good from Nick. Get out of here. Get out of here, Nick. This is not funny. This is just too good. What a forehand. What a forehand strike. That brings up another break point for the Aussie. I feel kind of sorry for PCB because it's just too good from Nick. Backhand return from Nick Kyrgios. Slice backhand from Nick. Slice backhand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Slice forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. And it has hit the net. 40-all. Back at deuce. Yeah, but I mean, Nick Kyrgios didn't win this point, but again, he was right in it. Right till the very end. Again, playing very, very well today. Nick Kyrgios, give him all the credit. Give him all the credit. And today, the positive sign from Nick has been that he really didn't erupt with his emotions. Maybe from the exception of one game where he was up 2 breaks. And he kind of got frustrated with somebody in the crowd or maybe with a chair umpire. I'm not completely sure. And then he didn't convert those 2 break points. So that was probably the only one game where he really didn't control his emotions. What a drop shot from Nick. In the meantime, as I am praising him, he comes up again with just a hilarious shot. Drop shot winner. Advantage Kyrgios. Yet another break point for Nick to kick off the set number 2. Yet another break point for the Aussie here. Yeah. That's just too good. Break point number 3 of this game. Will he be able to convert it this time? First serve from PCB. Nick Kyrgios returns. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand volley from PCB goes wide. Nick Kyrgios breaks at the beginning of the set number 2. He's up a set and a break and in clear control of this match. In a driving seat, Nick Kyrgios, he's running away with this one. But it is well deserved. He's playing amazingly well. PCB, you kind of feel sorry for the Spaniard because just Nick Kyrgios is playing just too good. Too good from the Nick. Yeah, PCB just kind of frustrated, walking to the other part of the court. Frustrated. I mean, I have said it many times, it's not like PCB is playing bad today. It's just Nick Kyrgios is just too good. It's just too strong. Up a set and a break, and it is looking pretty darn good for the world number 65 for the wild card here in Halle. Nick Kyrgios on his merry way to the semi-finals. But it's still not over. Again, I was saying, even if Nick Kyrgios will be up a set and a double break, it still would not be over. Just because of his, because of his struggles with his mental game. So you never know what happens when you have Nick Kyrgios on court. You never know what you will get in the next game. Or basically in the next point, we can say. Okay, 15-love for Nick. First serve from Kyrgios this time goes wide. Will be second serve from Nick. Second serve from Nick goes in. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Forehand from Pablo. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Slice backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Nick with a forehand. That went just wide, I think. Just wide from Nick. But no, it went in. It went in. What a shot. I thought it went wide, but it is 30-love. Okay, that was another brilliant shot. Another picture-perfect shot from the Aussie. I mean, again, you feel sorry for PCB because this is just too good. This is just too good from the 27-year-old from the Australia. Nick Kyrgios serving again. First serve going wide. It will be second serve from Nick. Second serve goes in. Backhand from PCB. Backhand winner from Nick. it's a winner after winner after winner after winner for Nick Kyrgios. Winner followed by winner followed by winner followed by winner. First serve from Kyrgios goes wide. Second serve from the Aussie this time. Second serve from Nick. Second serve goes in. Backhand from PCP. Forehand winner from Nick. Yeah. It's another winner. It is 2 games to love. Nick holds. And again, he's up 2 games to love in the set number 2. Up a set and a break. Consolidating the break. It is looking pretty darn good for the player ranked world number 65. For Nick Kyrgios, who is just pretty much destroying the world number 19, Pablo Carreno Busta. PCB serving. First serve goes in, forehand from Kyrgios, backhand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios, forehand from PCB, slice backhand from Kyrgios, forehand from PCB, again slice backhand from Kyrgios, forehand from PCB, what a forehand winner. This time PCB getting all the power behind this one. Forehand winner from PCB. He's reminding us that also he's on court because the last couple of minutes have been just all about Nick Kyrgios. But PCB saying, hey, I'm also here. Great forehand winner from Pablo Carreno Busta. First serve from PCB goes in. Nick hitting the net. Nick hitting the net. 30 love. Again, this is a very important game for PCB. Again, must hold. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. What a forehand winner. Yeah, this game has been pretty much perfect. This time from the Spaniard, from PCB. He's very close to holding. And very close to making it 1-2. From his perspective, obviously. Pablo Carreno Busta serving. First serve goes in. Nick went to the net, but it was not a good idea. He has hit the net. And yeah, just like that. Pablo Carreno Busta holds. And he makes it 1-2. Nick Kyrgios still up a set and a break in this one. Again, guys, we have a short pause here, short break between the games. So if you do have any questions, if you do have any thoughts on this match or general on tennis, make sure to leave them in the chat. And we'll take a short break here, guys, but we'll be back in just a second when the next game starts. So we will be back in a minute probably or so. So take a short break. If you have, guys, any questions, leave them in the chat as always. Any thoughts on this match, and we will be back very, very shortly. Okay, guys, so welcome back, and right now we are back. Nick Kyrgios serving. Nick Kyrgios serving. He's up 15 love. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick goes wide. Just wide. So 15 all. 15 all. Nick Kyrgios up a set and a break. Up a set. And a break. And he is serving to lead 3-1. So, Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve goes in. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. It is a forehand winner. Again, sweetly struck. Sweetly struck from Nick Kyrgios. 30-15 for the Aussie. 30-15 for the Aussie here. Forehand from Nick. Slice backhand from PCB. Backhand winner from Nick Kyrgios. 40-15, just like that. 2 game points for the Australian. Just like that. 2 game points for the Australian. And in Kyrgios serving, that's an ace. Yeah. Another ace for Nick Kyrgios. He makes it 3-1 in the set number 2. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good performance from Nick today. I mean, this is as good as it gets. As good as it gets. PCB serving. First serve goes in. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. Basically every next service game of PCB is just a must hold. It's just a must hold. He cannot afford to go down double break in the second set. He cannot afford to do that. But he's again down love 15. First serve from PCB goes in. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB. Slice backhand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Forehand volley. It was a really nice point. PCB got this one. 15-all. This time PCB was able to win this pretty long rally. But it was a nice one again. Nick Kyrgios just ending the rally with a smile on his face, even though he didn't win a point. But he was just happy again with the show both of these players are delivering to the fans. And yeah, Nick Kyrgios has been pretty efficient today. He has been making some exhibition shots as well, but he has been pretty dominant as well. 6-4. He has won the first set. He's up a set and break, and PCB in the meantime hitting a double fault. That's not good. That's not good from Pablo. He's down 15-30. He's clearly, a little bit nervous, or I don't know, maybe the nerves starting to kick in. Maybe some tension in his racket. Who knows? But it is 15-30. And again, PCB arguably in some trouble here. Forehand from PCB. What a drop shot. What a drop shot from the Spaniard. Really nice. 30-all. Nick Kyrgios just asking the umpire, was that serve in? The umpire saying, yeah, I think it was. Kyrgios saying, okay, well, then let's continue. 30-all. First serve from PCB goes in. Forehand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Slice backhand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Slice backhand from Kyrgios. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. Goes wide. Goes just wide. 40-30 for PCB. 40-30 for Pablo Carreno Busta for the world number 19. And he has got himself a game point. Opportunity to make it again 2-3. But he needs to break Nick as well. Something that he was unable to do throughout this match, but he needs to break at some point in the set number 2 if he doesn't want to lose this match. First serve from PCB goes in. Return from Nick. Very unfortunate for Pablo Carreno Busta. Nick hitting the ball with his frame, apologizing immediately to the Spaniard, saying just sorry, man. Sorry, but really not sorry. And Nick Kyrgios winning this point. So we are at deuce. Deuce and PCB still on serve. PCB serving. First serve goes in. Forehand from Nick. Oh, again. And Nick got lucky again off the net. Right on the half of PCB. No way Pablo Carreno Busta is getting to this one. Very unfortunate from his perspective. Very fortunate from Nick Kyrgios on the other hand. And yeah, advantage Kyrgios here. First serve from Pablo Carreno Busta going just wide. It will be second serve from Pablo. Again today everything seems to be going the way of Nick Kyrgios. Backhand from Kyrgios, forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick, forehand from PCB right on the line. Forehand from Kyrgios, PCB hitting the net. Make it 4-1 for Nick Kyrgios, up a set and a double break. Set and a double break. Nick Kyrgios on his merry way to the semi-finals in Halle. That's for sure right now. I mean, Nick Kyrgios playing absolutely brilliantly today. Basically without any mistakes. Flawless performance. Flawless performance from the wildcard. 4-1. We have not been playing even for an hour. But I feel like we are getting closer and closer to the finish line. Who knows, but again, I was saying it many times throughout this match, even if Nick Kyrgios is up a set and a double break, you never know what will happen, what you will get out of him in the next game or in the next point even. So still, it is not over, but definitely the situation for PCB is not looking very good. It's not looking very good for the Spaniard, for the world number 19 and for the seed number 6. In Halle, Nick Kyrgios may be on his way to knocking out yet another seed after defeating Stefanos Tsitsipas in the second round. Today in the quarterfinals, he is on his way taking down the seed number 6, Pablo Carreno Busta. Their head-to-head records, Nick Kyrgios winning 2 games, all of the 2 matches they have played together. PCB really wanted to get that first win over Nick Kyrgios today, but it seems like he really won't get it. Just not today, maybe in the future, but today seems to be the day of Nick Kyrgios, so let's see if he will be able to finish this match in the next couple of games. Nick Kyrgios serving, we are back in it. First serve from Kyrgios again, goes in. Pablo Carreno Busta hitting the net. 15 love for Nick. 15 love for the Aussie. Kyrgios serving yet again. First serve, another ace. Oh my. This is just ridiculous. If Nick Kyrgios is playing this way, I mean, nobody is defeating him. If he's playing like this, nobody is defeating him. But the problem is he's not playing like this the majority of time. Again, great first serve from Nick. Pablo Carreno Busta returning the ball just wide. I think Nick Kyrgios is like 50% on unreturned first serves. That is just ridiculous number. Oh my. Underarm serve winner from Nick Kyrgios. Yeah, that's just special. I mean, what do you say even about this match? What do you say about the way Nick Kyrgios has been playing? We have been playing for an hour right now exactly. He's leading set and a double break. 1 game from winning this match. 1 game from making it to the semi-finals. He's up 40 love. He hits underarm serve winner. PCB just standing like this. Looking to the ceiling, you know. Oh my, what is happening right now? Somebody explain it to me. Yeah, it's just Nick Kyrgios being absolutely dominant. Absolutely dominant. First serve from PCB hits the net. I think Pablo Carreno Busta is getting a little bit frustrated right now, and so he should be. Second serve goes in. Slice backhand from Nick. Forehand from PCB. Backhand from Kyrgios. And that's a sweet volley. At least a winner. Volley winner from PCB. Good volley winner from the Spaniard, we have to say that. And yeah. Pablo Carreno Busta still on serve, but you have a feeling like this match is not going on for much more than the next couple of minutes. Backhand winner from PCB, I think right on the line, 30 love. Great backhand winner from Pablo Carreno Busta. PCB serving yet again. PCB on serve. Again, guys, if you have some thoughts, some questions, leave them in the chat. As always, 30 love for Pablo Carreno Busta. First serve goes in. Slides backhand from Nick Kyrgios. Pablo Carreno Busta hitting the backhand just wide. 30-15. 30-15 for PCB. On his own serve, he's down 1-5 in the set number 2. Down a set and a double break. That's not the position you really want to be in. First serve from PCB goes wide. It will be second serve from Pablo Carreno Busta. Second serve from PCB goes in. Backhand from Nick Kyrgios. Backhand from PCB. Slides backhand from Nick. Slides backhand from Pablo Carreno Busta. Nick Kyrgios again hitting between the legs. Shot. But yeah, PCB able to get a winner of that one. But Nick Kyrgios again entering exhibition mode at Halle. The fans, of course, loving it. Who wouldn't love it? But, I mean, probably Kyrgios' opponents don't really enjoy it. But, yeah. Between the legs shot. Pablo Carreno Busta taking full advantage of that. Getting a winner. He's up 40-15. 2 game points for PCB basically. First serve goes wide. It will be second serve from the Spaniard. Second serve from Pablo. Goes to the net. That's a double fault. Again, a sign of frustration from the Spaniard. 40-30. But he has another opportunity to make it 2-5. To hold his serve here and ask Nick Kyrgios that very last question. Can you serve it out in your next service game? First serve from PCB goes in. Backhand from Nick goes wide. That is 2-5. So, PCB holds. PCB holds here, but again, still Nick Kyrgios up a set and a double break on his merry way to the semi-finals. Again, guys, if you do have any questions, any thoughts on this match, leave them in the chat. Currently, we have a short pause between the games as always, but I have a feeling this will be the last pause we have in this match, in this quarterfinal number 3 from Halle. I think we will know the name of the third semi-finalist quite soon. And it seems like it will be the wild card, the world number 65, Nick Kyrgios, who will be able to book his spot in tomorrow's semi-final, where he will be facing obviously the winner of our next quarterfinal matchup, Hubert Hurkacz against Felix Auger-Aliassime. That is the match we will be streaming next, right after this one. But we have to first finish this match. Nick Kyrgios will be serving for the match in the next game. Pablo Carreno Busta looking frustrated, but I mean, it's not like he was playing badly today or really bad. I mean, I guess he wasn't at his best, that's for sure, but he wasn't playing particularly bad. It was just Nick Kyrgios is just too good today so far. So let's see if he will continue in that trend on his next service game to win this match and advance to the semi-finals. Nick Kyrgios serving for the match right here, right now, and begins this service game with an ace, 212 kilometers. Pretty darn good. First serve points won, 92% for Nick Kyrgios. This is just a ridiculous number. Again, first serve from Nick. Forehand return from PCB. Forehand winner from Nick, right on the line. Not much again PCB can do about that. 30 love for Nick. He is 2 points away, guys. 2 points away from making it to the semi-finals. First serve from Nick goes wide. It will be second serve from the Australian here. Second serve from Nick. Goes in. Forehand from PCB. Forehand from Nick between the legs. Hits the net. 30-15. 30-15, but Nick Kyrgios still only 2 points away from winning this one. So, Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve goes in, forehand from... Oh, first serve, sorry. It seems like first serve went wide. So, it will be second serve from Nick. Second serve from Nick. Goes in, forehand from PCB. Backhand from Nick. Backhand from PCB and overhead winner. Overhead smash winner from Nick Kyrgios, 40-15, 1 point away, guys. 1 point away from the semi-finals in Halle. I think we are very, very close to the finish line. Let's see, will Nick Kyrgios finish this one with a style, with an ace? Let's see, but yeah, we are very, very close to finishing this match right here, right now. 2 match points for the Australian. First serve from Nick goes in, but a forehand pass. What a shot from PCB. He's saying just not as of yet. Just not as of yet. 40-30. But another match point for Nick Kyrgios here. Match point number 2. Will he be able to convert it this time? Nick Kyrgios serving. First serve. Yeah, that's an ace. That's an ace to end the match. Nick Kyrgios wins this one in quite some style. What a performance. What a match from Nick Kyrgios. He absolutely destroys the world number 19, Pablo Carreno Busta. Absolutely destroys the seed number 6. It was a lot more comfortable than against Stefanos Tsitsipas. A win in straight sets. It took him just over an hour for Nick Kyrgios. Hour and 8 minutes, 6-4, 6-2, and Nick Kyrgios is moving to the semi-finals tomorrow. Semi-finals day, Nick Kyrgios is only waiting for his opponent. It will be either Felix Auger-Aliassime or Hubert Hurkacz. We'll be streaming that match as well. Another quarterfinal from Halle between FAA and Hubert Hurkacz, so get ready for that one. But for now, it is a win for Nick Kyrgios. The wild card moving all the way to the semi-finals. What a match. Dominant, absolutely dominant performance from Nick Kyrgios. Absolutely destroying PCB today. Before the match started, I have said I think Pablo Carreno Busta is winning this one, but I was just completely wrong. Completely wrong. Nick Kyrgios absolutely dismantling his opponent today. 39 winners for Nick Kyrgios. Only 4 unforced errors. I mean, what is this? What is this? 39 winners, 4 unforced errors. I mean, that is just out of this world. On the other hand, 16 winners for Pablo Carreno Busta, 10 unforced errors. You will consider that a pretty decent stat. But when you just look at Nick Kyrgios and his stat, 39 winners, 4 unforced errors. I mean, that is just ridiculous. That is just absolutely ridiculous. So give Nick Kyrgios all the credit for today's win. He really deserves to be in the semi-finals. And I mean, whoever he plays, either Felix Auger-Aliassime or Hubert Hurkacz, I think they will have hard time defeating Nick Kyrgios if he plays like this also tomorrow. Again, guys, the match is over. If you do have some questions, leave them in the chat as always. If you have some final thoughts, if you want to say who are you supporting today, and if you don't, we'll end the stream here. And again, guys, we'll be streaming in just a minute another quarterfinal between Felix Auger-Aliassime and Hubert Hurkacz. So we'll be streaming another quarterfinal from Halle in just a minute. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in a couple of minutes with that match between Felix Auger-Aliassime and Hubert Hurkacz. But for now, it is all from this one. It was a quick one. Nick Kyrgios absolutely dismantling Pablo Carreno Busta in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2, and he will play in his semi-finals tomorrow. But that's all from me, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the stream. If you did, hit that subscribe button, guys. We have reached 78 subscribers, so thank you very much for that, and I will see you in the next stream. But for now, it is a goodbye from me, guys, and we will see each other in a few minutes. Felix Auger-Aliassime against Hubert Hurkacz coming up right next.